Oh, was that a yawn?
Big one.
Wow. Hello, everyone.
Howdy.
How are you all doing?
I'm doing great. I'm the guy who finishes video games.
No, you're not.
I beat Coder.
Wow.
I finished a video game.
How accomplished do you feel?
Quite. I think it was. I think my hour count ended up being. I want to say about anywhere like between 35 and 40. I don't have an exact number because my numbers got messed up. But
oh, well, you know, that's the amount of time it would normally take people to play like Final Fantasy VI.
yeah, it's crazy, right?
Yeah.
Who does that? Not me. It's fine. I beat a video game. I did it. I beat a video game this year.
Everyone, comment below if you're proud of this individual.
Be proud of me, please. Please, I need it.
He has a praise kink. Don't give it to
That's
him.
not even true, though. But it's not. Don't put this kind of stuff out there. I
don't know.
have a praise kink.
You ask for praise a lot.
I don't think I do, though. Well, if I do, it's because it's funny. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Trust me. It is Daijovu.
Okay.
But I beat Coder 1, and it was great. It was fun. I killed Bastila, which I told Johnny. He's like, wait, you killed her?
Wait, it's a her?
Yeah, Bastila's a woman.
Murder them all.
Yeah. She's, in canon, because the story of Coder 1, canonically, you are, the character of Revan is male, because you can play male or female. Mm-hmm. But canonically, it's male, and I think also canonically, Bastila gets married to you after the events of Coder. Which is interesting, because they're Jedis, and not supposed to do that, but who cares? Jedi rules or Calvin Ball rules? Like, it's the same thing.
They're guidelines.
They play Calvin Ball, like, as a Jedi, it's fine. But I think canonically for Coder 2, from what I know of it, the route is you play as woman, so I might do that as well.
Terrible.
So, taking a little bit of time, a little bit of a break. Gonna take a little time off before
It's gonna be August before you know it, and you still haven't started.
It's not gonna be that bad, I promise.
Sure.
From what day it is today, I'm going to give myself 2 weeks to play other video games. Just 2 weeks, that's all. I'll start mid-March or mid-May. Excuse me.
Okay, well, Cliff has been punched. We don't really care, right?
So is this when we get punished, Cliff? Like,
God, I wish.
is he going to be punished, Cliff, for the rest of the game?
He's gonna have an iPad.
Yeah.
He'll have a little, like, shrapnel thing
Yeah.
sticking out of his head. He'll be like, I'm the dandy man now.
I see you like Echo. Fucking read your computer for other save files for Echo Project. Ah, the newest build of Arches. I know he's not Psycho Mantis, but he is now. now Cliff is now Psycho Mantis. Reads your computer. Oh, you play Password. I bet you like Tyson, you filth.
Terrible. Terrible. I'm not predictable. You can't. Awful. It's fine. Are we gonna help Cliffy boy? We'll find out.
I don't know. I'm not behind the controls.
Right? The rat advances onto the weasel's new location. He lifts his leg, lets it hang in the air for a few seconds, then lets it fall. He kicks 3 times. Hard. Cliff is letting out a horrible noise. I start to wonder if the little guy will get up. Which unfortunately means I may have to get into another fight. Claws extend. When all of a sudden, the rat stops kicking Cliff. He's sniffing and sobbing on the ground when the clamor of dozens of doors opening and people leaving their homes sounds throughout the street. I spot William in the distance, and he's staring in the direction of the alley. Shit!
I'm not paying for another fucking fine. Let's get out of here before we're recognized. I like booze better than I had candy. I like booze better than I had candy asses.
I have no idea what that means.
I don't know. What the fuck is a candy ass? You can keep going. I'm gonna look up what a candy ass is.
Okay. The two quickly run off. Yes, that's the word, quickly. Leaving the weasel curled on the ground, covered in dirt and bruises, a tear streaming from his eyes.
So a timid, cowardly, or despicable person. So I guess he's referring to Cliff.
Maybe. He makes a pitiful sounds as I crouch over him on my knees. You alright, Professor? Student. Can you move? I don't know. Wiggle your feet. They move fine. Now your hands, now your fingers. Good, you're fine. No, I'm not fine. I was beaten. Everything hurts. But you'll live without any permanent damage. Better than I can say for most who'd have the balls to do what you just did. He's about to say something else. Furtively.
Mm-hmm. Correct. That's the word.
Okay. I look left and right to make sure nobody's looking. People are passing us rapidly, but few are paying attention. There must be something important happening in front of us. I bend down and shut him up with a soft kiss.
Bold, Samuel. Very bold. This is a good portrait.
Shocked. A gasp.
A gasp.
You know how he is.
Oh, yeah.
He squeaks in surprise, trembling. His tongue is tiny and receptive, and he tastes like mint. Maybe that will help the pain. He stares at me, wipes a tear from his eyes, and slowly sits up. I'm amused by the sudden lump in his pants. You had the right place, but be smart about it next time. You're supposed to be good at that, right? There's a sudden disturbance at the town center. Hushed voices and urgent chattering all the way. Don't worry about getting a punch thrown at you from time to time. Being what you are here, you see, there's always something for these folks to busy themselves with. They can hardly control themselves. They'll forget this in no time. I turn back to put my best smile for Cliff, but he's already gone.
He said, see ya.
He gets his kiss and just leaves.
And just dips. Couldn't take the heat. Had to get out of the street, you know?
Terrible. He's like these... Seems like a slippery fella when he wants to be. Maybe he'll remember that the next time some slob's fist... What? Slob's fist is trying to make intimate contact with his gut. He's a doctor after all.
Student.
He can still be a doctor, right?
A student doctor. Or doctor student, I suppose.
Yeah.
A doctorette, if you will.
Yeah. If he's really a quick learner, then there really shouldn't be a problem. Should there? I grow more concerned just pondering it. Meanwhile, the crowd is growing. Most of them are men, some which I recognized, most which are strangers. There are, of course, plenty of women peeking from the windows, pretending to arrange their curtains. Gossiping bitches. But among the crowds are two familiar figures. One's William. The other is a red fox with a camera slung around his neck. Mrjosh. That's such a reasonable mistake to make, though.
I suppose, yeah.
Yeah, when I first read this, I'm like, this is Mrjosh.
Okay, yeah. I mean,
Mrjosh.
I could see how you would read it that way.
Yeah, Mrjosh.
Absolutely.
And then I had to stop and go like, wait, Murdoch's a name, right? This is probably Murdoch. I guess Murdoch was
blessed.
not spelled the way my mind assumed it was spelled.
What does your mind think?
So you know the word dock?
D-O-C-K?
Yeah, like the river dock.
Right.
Yeah. Well,
Murdoch.
and then dock.
Most of the time I see it with
with an E.
just a C at the end.
Yeah, so I think about it with like M-E-R.
Oh.
Dock.
So
that's what my mind...
Not usually M-U-R.
You know, that's just like what my mind immediately went like, this is how this name would be spelled if I saw it.
I typically see basically this, but without the H.
Mm-hmm.
For a second, I thought you were... When you were going to explain how you typically see it, I thought you were going to say, so you know the name MODOK, right? Just with an R.
Love me some MODOK.
I know you love MODOK.
Love MODOK. That man's lit. I've seen him work at the general store and do odd photography jobs around the town, but I've never had to speak with him.
Oh, he's so cute.
Yeah.
I like this man.
I don't know what these miners expect you to do, unfortunately. The big coyote sighs.
Whoa, he's so big.
He's so big.
He's so big.
Look at this man.
I love how big his ears are. That makes me happy.
I love how big his arms are.
It's quite good. What a good design. He's so good.
Right? Like, it's blatant.
It really is. The usual, I suppose. They want me to sniff out a scumbag so we can dangle it at the end of a rope. And then they can piss themselves drunk. What else?
The fox smiles and sadly shakes his head. How cheerful. Well, at least it sounds like they know how to have fun. They might have had justice if only they had waited. I already know that Avery will tell me that these photos are useless.
These boys are out for blood. They're hungry, they're tired, they're overworked, and now one of them is dead. Even if you paint the prettiest picture of how some bastard got drunk and nailed himself in the head, that's not going to give them the relief they want.
Well, maybe a keener eye than mine can produce some evidence. These pictures aren't going to show them anything interesting. Perhaps so we can tell them that Ralph did it.
Don't joke like that.
Who's joking?
Jeez.
You'll understand if you ever meet Ralph.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
I was wondering what that was. Ash stepped on the remote.
That's fine. That probably didn't show up in the recording.
No, it's not going to.
The two men notice me.
Sam, the man I just wanted to talk to. Just the man I wanted to talk to.
Yeah. William scrutinizes me with his sharp gaze, like he always does. I can read the familiar twinge of anger on his face when he stares at me, and I can sense a harsh protectiveness there too, similar to Madame. Talk away.
Somebody reported a dead miner.
My chest tightens.
Folks suspect foul play.
The fox suddenly speaks up. And unfortunately, it tempered with the crime scene. Tampered. I said tempered, didn't I?
It's okay.
Tampered.
Nobody heard it.
Tampered.
Nobody heard it. It's alright.
My ears perk up. William gives me a look. Gives me a look at that. The fox regards me with a kind, thoughtful gaze. His chirpy voice disarms me, and I feel a little less scrutinized. They brought the body to the town square, wrapped up in a blanket, and extracted the purported murder weapon.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. William growled and nodded, jerking his head at a canvas in front of the hanging tree.
Pulled the pickaxe clean from his skull. Did so much damage that we can't tell if the blunt end or sharp end hit him.
Why does that matter? Well, it muddles the narrative, doesn't it? Was he hit in the head, or did he hit himself? He didn't have safety equipment or a light.
He doesn't need to know that many. He doesn't need to know that many details, Murdoch. But most pressing is if there were signs of a struggle. There won't be any now. Idiots.
That's a good portrait.
Oh, yeah, I love this one. He also has a laughing one that I really like. It's real cute. So you might never know what happened. The coyote stares me down.
Maybe not, but it's possible you could help us.
I feel dizzy. Help how?
With your proclivities.
Murdoch looks away, appearing not to listen, and busies himself with his camera. He takes a snapshot at a few gathered crowds. I understand. I try not to look horrified, but it isn't working.
I know you've seen plenty of miners. Folks get sloppy when they're, well...
What, William?
When they're what?
William's eyes linger on me, staring from the base of my feet to the peak of my ears.
I need to know if Jack had enemies. Personally, I'm willing to bet the fool was looking for gold and wanted to steal it away for himself. Then he tried to use a pickaxe in the dark. But if something did happen, there is no better evidence than a confession.
My stomach is churning. I can try, William.
Good man. I'll stop by for further questions later in the evening.
Finally, William is walking away.
No, come back.
I let out a deep breath. William spent all of 5 minutes having a conversation with you. He seems to like you. Shit. The fox is still here. What are you blackmailing him with? I choke and I stumble. I don't want to be here anymore. God, Sam is such a...
He says, let me go.
Sam is such a klutzy lad sometimes.
He's really cute, though.
He's like, oh no.
Yo.
I see Mrjosh cock an eyebrow as his smile grows thin. I was just joking. His tail sways slowly behind him, as if working up a thought. He sniffs the air for a second, and his gaze widens. Aha, but his scent is on you, so maybe you are blackmailing him. Either way, it's really not my business. I can feel my tail twist up and a little bit of heat raising from my ears. I'm not in the mood to be toyed with. Oh, what in your business exactly? Is it what or that ain't your...
What ain't?
Okay. Okay.
What ain't your business exactly?
The fox flicks his ears to the brothel and makes a jerk-off motion in the air. Just that he's playing for things I can get for free. That's all. I certainly wasn't expecting an answer like that, but I can't help but laugh. Sounds like you're just a sucker. Not the word choice I'd use for this conversation. Not wrong to some effect. He puts his thumb inside his cheek and pokes it with his cheek. What? Okay.
It's supposed to be like...
Yeah, I get it, but like the way that was worded kind of like...
Yeah. Though putting your thumb in your mouth and doing it is kind of weird. A lot of people just do like the motion with the tongue.
Yeah. Like, I get it.
But that's funny.
Then he shrugs when he sees I'm not amused. Maybe I'll have some questions of my own for you tonight when William shows up. He looks me up and down like he's sizing me up. And maybe I'll give you some answers to some questions too.
What a cute guy.
Answers? Yes. Like how to have fun around here. Breaks my heart to see a newcomer so gloomy. I'm not looking for fun. I'm looking for prospects. Fun and prospects don't have to be so separate. That sounds like the kind of shit that Jack would have said. If anything, I could help you out on the connections end. I've got more than a few. Third generation, born and raised. Sounds suspect. Sounds sussy.
Sounds sussy. You sound like a sussy baka, Murdoch.
You know, Murdoch is the most sussy baka out of the...
Do you think Murdoch would widowy hit the gwitty?
Well, I should hope not. Locals around here have reputations to uphold, after all. Wouldn't want to be seen as a troublemaker.
Man, I can see William trying to floss and just not being able to do it.
He
Sam
flosses like I do.
Sam knows how to floss.
Oh, Sam floss.
And is trying to teach William how to do it, and it's just not working.
And you know that, like, I don't know, Todd is doing it wrong, but he's having a great time.
Yeah, he's just going for it.
Is this how it's done, Samuel?
He's going, and it's just like, no, bud, no.
What jolly fun, Sam!
Oh my god.
He grins. Not the kind of reputation I'm after, I'm afraid. Good thing that my family's balls at it here then. A clean-cut grocer and school teachers. No pirates, no bandits, no upstart revolutionaries.
Sounds boring.
Bit pathetic, if you ask me.
There you go.
But it puts bread on the table in an up-and-coming city like Echo. It would bode well to have your name established on the map early. I can tell why he's kept his job as a salesman now. Maybe I'll consider your advice. Maybe is all I need. Murdoch takes a bow and makes a hand gesture before turning away on his heels, his big tail swaying from side to side. I've certainly had my fair share of people or excitement for the day. If I want to be sane tonight, and more importantly, alluring, then I ought to catch a nap. I don't feel so great about William coming to visit me tonight. I'm usually honest with him. Probably why he trusts me. It can't be like that anymore. At least not for a while. Welcome back post-editing, everyone.
Man, look at that editing.
Yeah.
Having to
I have to do
it.
work.
I know. This is crazy. What the fuck?
You all know what happened in that scene.
You've been here. I got the cliff notes, and by the cliff notes, I just mean watching him scroll through it.
It was fine.
It was sex. Who cares, right?
He just, he did the thing.
Popped his top and laid his racket,
right?
If you will.
The coyote starts getting dressed. He stated that more like a fact than a threat, but I can't help but feel it's both.
Oh man, is the audience gonna be upset that we didn't have to read a sex scene?
They've already had to deal with that with extra.
With
extracurricular activities.
Oh.
I just edited out the whole things now. So like this has been a thing on the channel for a bit.
Okay, fair enough. R.I.P.
I want to tell him the truth, but I can't help but feel like that could be the most stupid thing I could ever do. He does not need to know everything about me. William already has his clothes and shirt back on.
Do what you do and be my eyes after dark. I can't keep tabs on as many folks as I'd like, with all the new folks moving in.
Why don't you do this yourself, if you think it's so insightful?
'Cause I ain't a cocksucker. I already carved out my way to be of use. You, not so much, fella. But it would make both our lives easier.
So long as you're sheriff.
So long as I'm sheriff.
William shakes his shaggy head and grunts, rises from the bed, and as he pulls on his suspenders.
You'll learn about the world quick enough. Quicker would be better, I might add.
He sighs. All business, this man.
Look at that. Look at the suspenders, the shirt.
He's got the watch.
All business. It's
all
nice.
business.
It's a nice watch.
Anyway, clean yourself up before you talk to me outside. I need witnesses to be a better reason for my visit tonight.
Okay.
Peaches.
The first thing I do is make my way to the wash bowl and start scrubbing. The water is cloudy soon enough, with what William left behind, but the citrus oil masks enough of the smell. I grunt when my length presses against the dresser. William doesn't tend to me finishing before he leaves.
All business, this man.
Right?
Gets in, gets his nut, gets out. That's it.
Right?
That's all you need.
The clear stain on my trousers has to be taken care of before I go speak with the sheriff in front of the others. At least I won't have to wait to be ready for another customer soon. Okay. This will be a little bit of a shorter part then. Whatever.
Okay,
we'll just end it here, you know.
Alrighty.
So we'll see you around, everyone.